First match of the day with Jeskai Scapeshift. Well, this hand's an auto mulligan. We've got both. Is it an auto mulligan? We've got both Scapeshifts in the opener, so it's super awkward. I guess we could technically cast both of these cards. That's close. This is like a sweeper or timely reinforcements. Maybe I can keep this. Yeah, that's YOLO. Whatever. This deck's sweet. I played a deck very close to this at GP Pittsburgh at the end of last year. I spent a lot of time testing it then, and it still feels reasonable now. With Twin being out of the format, you have one less deck to board for, so it feels reasonable. Howdy, Namachill. Howdy, JG Rock. Overgrown Tomb, sure. So the thing I have to keep in mind about having both Scapeshifts in my opener is that I will have to fetch double green in order to cast them. What I think, I don't know what that question means. Not in terms of playability. If I didn't think it was playable, I probably wouldn't have registered it at Grand Prix. Well, this isn't a Scapeshift deck. This is a deck that wins with Scapeshift. This is not a cast a bunch of ramp spells and die to burn and infect while you do that deck. This is Jeskai Control. That's why we have these cards in our opening hand. And Jeskai Control traditionally has very good matchups against things like infect and stuff like that. Do I care about this? I feel like I don't care about this. I feel like I'm just like playing Valakut here. And passing the turn? Yeah. Like this deck is the reason to play this style of deck is Jeskai Control has lots of spot removal and cheap interaction, so you're good against decks like Burn and Infect. What cards are bad against Affinity? Scavenging Ooze, Voice of Resurgence, your cards that just don't interact with them very well. They don't have a lot of ground creatures, so like you can't block with those cards either. I don't actually have a place that I post them like I post my Magic deck lists. Looks like we're playing against Abzan. Liliana here is actually going to be pretty bad for us. Especially because we have both the Scapeshifts in our opening hand. Alright, not Liliana. That's good. Lingering Souls? Tarmogoose? Souls, sure. Right now, the only place you can really find my Hex deck list is just by like looking on my my stream archives. You can find them just by looking at the things in there. You can go on HexMeta, I guess. Yeah, hexmeta.com. All the gauntlets I play get reported on there. Do I want to just kill this? I feel like I might want to just kill that. I guess we can pass for now. So this deck's neat because, one, I'm a sucker for a good toolbox deck, and Bring to Light gives us a toolbox deck in our control shell. And two, you don't have bad matchups like Bring to Light and Rug Scapeshift do. And playing Scapeshift allows you to randomly kill your opponent, which is nice. I will be at SCG&D. Yeah, man, you do you. Deal. So he basically just cast Disfigure as a... It was basically a lightning bolt, right? Because, like, he stopped me from gaining 3 life by taking away my target, but that's fine. I guess if he has, like, a parade of Siege Rhinos, this could be bad for us, but feeling pretty okay about where we're at right now. If we run a land off in the next 2 draw steps, which we're fairly likely to because we're playing 27 lands, or in Worldly Council, like, lets us get a bunch of looks as well. So if we hit enough to cast this Bring to Light on 5, we can cast it as Wrath of God or Anger of the Gods and just kind of sweep up the board that he's got going on here. Hit our land drop right away. So I could play this and then loot, but the problem with that is I then have to fetch shock with this. So I have to decide what's more valuable, 2 points of life or drawing and discarding. So we're going to 12 off of these, and then we're going to 11, and then we'd be going to 9 to fetch shock. So I think I'd rather stay at 11 and preserve my life total as opposed to getting a loot with the Desolate Lighthouse. We're finishing out this league with Jeskai Scapeshift, and then we're going to play some Mardu. So I've got 3 matches left in this league, including this one. So hopefully he plays a Battle Cattle or something here that we can also kill with this Bring to Light. That would be ideal. Tarmogoyf, another Scavenging Ooze. Don't Thoughtseize me. Don't do it. That feels bad. Probably losing this. I assume we're losing this, which then makes me wish I would have played this. Feels bad, man. Maybe we'll just be lucky and rip the Wrath of God or another Bring to Light. Yep. Things that don't feel good for 100. It was a really good time for him to finally draw a discard spell, and for him to not have drawn Inquisition. So good beats, opponent. Maybe we'll see if we get good beats back here. I think I'm starting on this. Yeah, I think I'm going to lead on this. I guess I should play this and then cast this. The old Impulse. We do just have to live, like, 2 more land drops here, which is very possible. I guess I'm just taking Celestial Colonnade, right? We're going to need another green source at some point, but I can path this and bolt this. And then we have Celestial Colonnade to start blocking. I guess the downside to playing the Desolate Lighthouse out here is that I wish I could have played the Colonnade this turn tapped. This still felt pretty bad. I mean, it isn't just like the Open Series where Affinity's been doing poorly. Affinity's been doing poorly overall. I don't know. And I don't know if it's just been doing poorly or people haven't been playing it. Like, the fact that we don't get full deck lists from day ones means we don't really have that kind of data available to us. So I'm going to path this and bolt one of these spirits. If he has more pressure to add to the board here, we're going to be in a little bit of trouble. That's fine. Your deck with Blood Moon in is going to lose one of the first couple of rounds of the event that they're playing in because Blood Moon's not very good in Modern in general right now. So, that'll be fine. My plan to dodge Blood Moon is to have buys. If he has a Goyf or a Siege Rhino here or double Lingering Souls, we're in trouble if we don't peel. Just pass the turn, please. Sweet. Alright, so I'm going to lead on... I'm going to lead on looting here, because if we draw a fetch land, I want to do that. Because we need double green to cast these Scapeshifts. Sweet. Fetch land's perfect. So discard that, play this, and assuming he doesn't have some type of reach or land destruction here, he should be dead next turn. And we're not even dead to a Battle Cattle here because these put us to 5. Battle Cattle puts us to 2. Fetch puts us to 1, and we kill him with Scapeshift. So we need to dodge Tech Edge, and Liliana the Veil doesn't do it. Single discard doesn't do it. We are finishing this league with the Jeskai deck, and then we are playing Mardu afterwards. I don't feel like playing Legacy. Modern's more interesting, so I would rather play Modern. There's the finals of a large Legacy event going on right now, where there's a Belcher deck in the finals. Nice format. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Play our 7th land, cast Scapeshift, kill you. And this is why this deck with Scapeshift is sweet. You can be infinitely behind and then cast Scapeshift and they die. Alrighty, so I've got no mountains in the graveyard and I've got 2 mountains in play. So let's, that means I've got 7 mountains left in my deck because I'm playing 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Press OK. Get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, like if we were just playing traditional Jeskai control, like we would just lose this. We would lose this matchup by, we would lose this game, not this matchup necessarily, but we lose this game by a lot because like our opponent picked us apart a little bit and we didn't just have 1 card to kill him at the end. So we get a Celestial Purge and like maybe a PN Corindalar are what I want here. Excuse me. I don't love Spell Snare against our opponent's deck because they're generally just on Tarmogoyf and Scavenging Ooze, neither of which we really care much about. They don't have Dark Confidant. 1 Negate's not the worst because it kills Liliana of the Veil, or counters Liliana of the Veil. And I don't think we really want any of the other cards. Let's go ahead and submit. Yeah, I really want to play for people asking about the Martyr deck that I posted about. Again, I was already in a league with this, so I'm not just going to vomit away my free league value here that I already paid monies to play. Correct. There are actual zero acceleration spells in our deck. Actual 0. I'm gonna keep this. This hand's a little. It's not even that loose. Like our opponent's deck can't pressure us. Discard spells aren't good against this hand. We just like make 7 land drops, cast Bring to Light, and kill them. Opponent mulligan to 6, which makes this keep even better. This hand is... The only thing that's a little sketchy about this hand is that we have 4 mountains in it already, which means we do have to get to... We either need to bolt our opponent a little bit or get to 8 lands to kill them on double Valakut, but... Good evening. Yep. And we 4-1 the league. We played with this yesterday, and then I started this one 2-0, so... This deck's feeling just as reasonable for me as it did last time I was testing it. I'm going to lead on Steam Vents here, I think. I kept a 7-lander with Colonnade and Desolate Lighthouse in it last night and won the game. It just felt so good. Just like they cast Thoughtseize on one. It was just like, here's my lands. If you ask me today, I'm playing Court at GP Charlotte. Pick your poison, man. If we would have drawn a land instead of drawing Anger of the Gods there, I would have shocked myself last turn. I'm going to play Flooded Strand so we can fetch for Breeding Pool to Mana Leak if he gives us a target. What do we lose to? I think we dropped Match to Infect is what I believe we dropped Match to. Don't really care about that magic card. I'm just going to bolt it. He's missing. Opponent mulligan to 5 this game, so... I guess there might be merit to leaving that uncracked, but... Snapcaster Mage, that's pretty good. Got all these tap lands out. We do not have Nahiri in here. There's no reason to have a Nahiri in this deck. The Emrakul was... look at that. Just hot fire off the top. I love this magic card. There's a reason we're playing 2 of these. Good evening, folks. I see Pikachu right against Reen there. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate the support. And this deck has, a winnable matchup against Infect, unlike, regular Scapeshift, Rug Teamer Scapeshift, which can never win. but so this is probably the front half of Lingering Souls, which is fine. I'm just going to go ahead and loot here. I will probably Snapcaster Flashback Anger of the Gods once you flash back the back half of this. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and bin a Sacred Foundry here. Yeah, that seems fine. I guess this was technically loose. If he thought seizes me here, that I just assumed he didn't have a land because I was playing sloppy. Let's go ahead and put Steam Vents into play here. I love the people that like say, "Oh my gosh, Jeff is playing Islands," like with these question marks. Like I can tell those are the people that haven't followed me playing Magic for a long time. Yeah, I think traditional Bring to Light Scapeshift is not a very good deck in Modern in general. And I understand it's had results, but bad decks have results all the time. Bring to Light cannot get Nahiri, so that is not a combo. They are creature lands, sir. I would like to ask you to please be sensitive to other people. I've played a lot of Jeskai and a lot of yeah, that's fine. I played a lot of Jeskai and a lot of Blue-Red. I top 16 Grand Prix KC back in 13 with Blue-Red Delver deck. Greediest mana base you've ever seen in Modern. You haven't played a lot of Modern, sir, if you think this is the greediest mana base you've ever seen. I would recommend you play more Modern if you think this mana base is too greedy. So now here's a real question. Do I leak this or is it charm this? I think I'm just supposed to is it charm it. The is it charm could like dig towards our... The is it charm could dig towards our win condition later, but we have Desolate Lighthouse to do that too, so... That's fine. You're allowed to be bad at Magic Theory and not understand why the decks I'm playing are reasonable. It's okay. I forgive you. I forgive you. This mana base is not that greedy. People that don't understand, people who look at a mana base and just look at the lands that it contains and say it's greedy, don't understand how to do the basic mathematics you need to build a mana base from scratch in Magic, especially in Modern. When did manlands become offensive? Look, I'm not the one making the rules. I'm just trying to follow them, okay? You should try Bluetron. Bluetron's not a very good deck. And Bluetron's not a very good deck that doesn't have results. And if you know you don't know how to build mana bases, like, don't like comment aggressively on the one that I have isn't very good. Oh, we're getting so close to a 12-hour stream. 146 out of 150. Thank you for the resub, Mazavith. I appreciate it. Look, if you want someone else to sugarcoat it and like feed you lines of crap, you're watching the wrong stream, man. Or woman, whatever gender you may be. Like, I'm not here to lie to you. If you want someone to lie to you, you should probably go somewhere else. Bin the Mana Leak here. Cast Impulse. Yeah, like, this... What makes a mana base greedy is not having enough colors to do the things you need to do. That's what makes a mana base greedy. Like, my mana base with 27 lands that happens to be 4 colors is not greedy. It's fine. Alright, so he's dead here now, right? I guess he could have, like, a random card that lets him gain life. I guess I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is our 7th land, which means I could fetch Shock and cast this Scapeshift, and cast this Scapeshift with exactly 5 mountains left in my deck and do 15 to him. But in the event he has something weird like a Feed the Clans in his hand, I really don't want to lose to that. And the fact that I have Snapcaster and Scapeshift in my hand, I think means... You're sounding like a jerk. Look! you can be banned. That's great. The truth isn't always nice. I'm here to help educate. Like, that's my job. Let's play good Magic and not sugarcoat it. So, how much damage can he deal to us next turn? He can do Feed the Clan. Feed is not a sorcery. Right? Yeah, definitely an instant. So he can only do, like Pulse of Marauders is a very reasonable card. He can only do 6, 7, 8 to us next turn, and like we have this other land. The only thing that punishes us is like a land into Liliana of the Veil. I think I'm just gonna pass the turn here. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass the turn. Yeah, I think we're fine to just pass the turn. And just in case he has something weird, like Scapeshifting with 5 mountains on 8 lands with double Valakut means that we just, like, kill him by a lot. I guess, like, a Fulminator Mage kind of punishes us, but he has to have, like, Land Fulminator to punish us, so... Spatial Contortion does help the aggressive matchups a little bit. I guess he could have, like, Thoughtseize into Scavenging Ooze here, too. Like, I just feel like... I feel like the conservative play is to win a turn. Yeah, man, you got another Tarmogoyf. Grab a Breeding Pool so we can cast the Scapeshift. And just straight up Drew Mana Leak. Blue, red. So cast Scapeshift, leave blue, red floating. So we've already got 4 mountains out of our deck, so we're gonna get Valakut, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mountains. Okay. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. We literally just streamed with Kiki Cord yesterday. Like, literally yesterday we streamed with Kiki Cord. I'm just playing different Magic decks. Where the reason why we're playing Wrath of God over Supreme Verdict is we're often casting Bring to Light to get that Wrath, since there's only one of them. And if a deck wants to counter the Wrath, they'll just counter the Bring to Light instead. So you really don't gain an advantage by having Can't Be countered. People dislike that I tell them the blunt cold truth. Alright, we're 3-0 in this league now. So 7-1 with this deck in the last couple of days. 2 more matches with this, and then we'll play some Marduki. This hand's medium. I think I can keep this, though. We can cast the Path to Exile, and then we can Worldly Council. Yeah, it seems okay. That was MJ's job. Well, I hope you feel better, Rappin' Genie. Welcome. I'm just gonna shock this in, so that way we can Helix or Worldly Council depending on what he does next turn. Is it Signet? All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and just cast Anticipate here. Desolate Lighthouse is usually MVP in these type of mirrors. Hopefully our opponent's not on the Blood Moon Us plan. I suppose I'm playing this and fetching basic. We're just like, this deck's stone cold dead to Blood Moon. Like, that's the reality. Like, and it's okay. It's okay to know you have bad matchups and just, you know, hope not to play against them. Like, that's Magic in Modern sometimes. Like, it's especially Modern sometimes. So I think... Oh, good. He's playing Jeskai. Sweet. So less likely to get Blood Mooned. Wish I would have cracked this to get a Breeding Pool last turn. I'm assuming Wizards told them they weren't allowed to cover the Grand Prix since they're covering the GP on the West Coast. That would be my assumption, at least. To activate Desolate Lighthouse here. Am I just bidding this extra land? I feel like this land is extra at this point. Which could be incorrect, but my gut tells me that that land is extra. Probably start binning removal here soon. Probably binning Path here. That's awkward. This deck would arguably, like, the Scapeshift would be so much better if there could be a rule. If there could be a rule about like never draw. If this card would, you could just never draw the Valakuts, it would be so good. Yeah, like Magic and modern especially is all about, like, just pick the matchups you don't think you want to play against. Like, just you know, just don't play against them. Just like a Sphinx's Revelation through the breach. Oh man, we're dead. Scale of 1 to dead. Where am I at here? Don't breach me again. Don't breach me again. What is our opponent's record? 1-0. This the Blood Moon? Nahiri. Yeah, man. Nahiri resolves. Watching Ben Embercool here. Woo! Good mana leak. Alright. So, I'm helixing his dome here and then trying to kill him next turn. Seems like a reasonable plan. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't think I want to redirect yet. It's just super awkward. Like, it's a tapped land and, like, it exposes it to things like Tectonic Edge and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm trying to think of something he could do here to punish us not floating mana, but if he does something like that, we'll just pack it in. He doesn't have mana for Cryptic Command up. If we get boomeranged here, mad respect. I don't think our chances of winning are getting better as we go longer, though, especially with him having Nahiri out now. And he hasn't conceded yet, so hopefully this is just him being a dick. Nope. Yeah, good. Dead. Get out of here. So I think I'm supposed to board in Slaughter Games against these decks. Let's bring in the Celestial Purge and the Wear Tear. This hits Nahiri. I'm assuming he's bringing in Blood Moon. I'm going to bring in Dispel and Negate here, obviously. I like Geist of St. Traft in these style of matchups, too. I really liked this card against Twin when I was playing this deck at the end of last year, so... Bouncing the Valakut wouldn't work, but bouncing one of our mountains would cause us to not take damage. So Valakut checks that you meet the mountain requirement on when the trigger happens and when the trigger resolves. So he could bounce one of our mountains and then only take 3 damage there if he had one. So I'm going to cut the Path to Exiles, I think. Oh, even Mind Sensor seems good. This counters the Nahiri ultimate, right? I guess I'll trim... Probably trim some Lightning Helixes. Bolt's probably a little bit better because we can Bolt, Snap, Bolt, and be aggressive. Do I want any of these other cards? I don't think so. See Pikachu running on screen there. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate the support. So yeah, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and submit like this. Pretty easy mulligan here. Oh, that's gross. I think I'm going to keep this on the draw with this guy. Bottom the Slaughter Games we actually can't cast. Howdy Aces of Death. Alright, things aren't looking good for our hero. See a bunch of Pikachus running there. Thank you for the follows, people. Welcome to the stream. Please. Please. I think this keep was fine. We're playing 27 lands. We're on the draw, and we had a scry. If we hit a second land, we could Worldly Council into a third. Right, Ian? That's fine. I'd have conceded here, but I want to like see what else our opponent's going on. Like I didn't know that he had Jace in his deck. There's Path to Exile in his deck still for some reason. Right? Thanks. Let's through the breach me so we can just concede. That would be great. Multiple. I'm just gonna pack it in. We'll try again on the play. We're playing. We've got one more match after this, and then we're gonna play this Mardu Nahiri Magic cards. I'll put it on my meadery page right now for people that want to look at it while we're waiting. Like I said, apologies. I wish leagues gave you an option to like cash out of them at a certain point and not have to finish. I would have just cut right to playing this, but I was in the middle of a league with this Jeskai deck, and I was 2-0, and I didn't want to throw it away. Create new deck. Mardu Nahiri. Modern Control. Alright. The Mardu Nahiri deck is on my meadery page. Enjoy. Yeah, it seems reasonable. Keep it. Give me a Hallowed Fountain here. Seems reasonable. That's a good draw. It's nice drawing lands. You never want to miss a land drop in this deck. You just want to play your lands every turn and like interact with your opponent as they're playing Magic and you're playing lands, and then at a certain point you just like cast Bring to Light for Scapeshift and they die. White Moon is bad in Modern right now because Burn and Zoo are very popular. I'm just gonna Spell Snare that. We are in fact playing 27 lands. All I want to do is hit all of the land drops. I'm going to play this fetch land out because I would like to Mind Censor a fetch land if he plays it and cracks it. Just going to shock this in. We have not played a game with the Mardu deck yet. Actual 0 games. Land. Ding. Fries are done. Am I getting Basic Mountain here? I feel like I'm just getting Basic Mountain here, right? Just casting Mana Leak. If we get snared or dispelled here, that's whatever. Getting dispelled, sure. I guess we could just... Maybe this was a bad spot to pick a fight because we could just get through the breach next turn. Yeah, this was loose. Okay, the Mind Censor was fine. The fighting over with Mana Leak was bad, so we just get through the breach and die here. And here he's also not great, but through the breach is the card that ends the game. Oh no, we're gonna die. Scale of 1 to dead, where am I at here? Yep, you got in here. Alright, the good news is Bring to Light kills Nahiri by getting Celestial Purge next turn. Hopefully we just hit some land drops here. That would be ideal. You want bottom top. We do have to tap out again to do that, but I think that's the right line. Land. Okay. Green, red, white, dip. Cast this. Get this guy. Exile her. Your turn. Oh, that wasn't bad. Boop. Oh, that's gross. Oh, that's unfortunate. We're missing land drops, and he's out of cards, but this gasses him up now. If we'd have just, like, hit a land drop at any point here, we could have just snap bolted this on his turn. I guess we get to snap bolt it on our turn now, but it's still not stellar. We just dead. Just dead. GG's opponent. Good beats. Chat is a privilege, not a right. Act like a child, get treated like a child. How fitting is that? All right, well. There's someone that's not gonna. That's definitely gonna try and ghost. So, sorry. Get got. I'm just gonna put this up for one turn here. That's too funny. That is fantastic. That is really fantastic. Oh, that's too funny. You can't script this stuff. This is like me getting paired against Chris Anderson in the first round of the classic footy. All right, so playing against Suicide Zoo. So opponent literally just, all right, here's the cards that he knows. There's the cards that he knows. Putting this back now. Yeah, I don't usually give timeouts. I don't let chat trolls affect me. If I let chat trolls affect me, I'd respond to them or like let them keeping in chat. Banning people who are being obnoxious in chat is the opposite of letting them affect us. We ignore them and then we move on. We move on with the rest of our game. Like, it's actually the literal best thing we can do is ban them and then continue playing. Alright, opponent's thoughts using me again, it's going to resolve so we can share. I'm going to go ahead and just cast this Worldly Council and look for a land or a removal spell for the Swift Spear. Yeah, I'm just going to take this bolt and then try and bolt this guy. He could have a mutagenic growth or something, but... So, yeah, now we'll just bolt this guy. And we'll get rid of the hand cam after this match, I swear. I'm not counting on him to, like, after I banned him from chat, to not ghost us. Shoot, maybe I'm supposed to bolt him here, even. It's possible I'm supposed to just bolt his dome there, in all honesty. Oh, yeah, we're getting Become Immenced here. Yeah, pretty dead. So we're taking 8, 9, 10, 11 here and going to 6... Or 9. Miscounted. Definitely miscounted. You got lucky. I was feeling benevolent. I was only handing out timeouts and not bans. What you got, Kurt Ape? Am I supposed to let this resolve? I feel like I'm supposed to just, like, loot here. I'm looking for, like, wrath or anger. Yeah, I'm just gonna loot. Now we could draw like Bring to Light. Oh, it's counting the mutagenic growth he didn't cast. Okay. That's a pretty good draw. Found a Snapcaster Mage here. Just gonna go ahead and snap Helix on my turn. Kill this Kurt Ape. You just arrived. Worldly Council can be better than Anticipate. When we have all 4 basic land types out, it's Impulse instead of just Anticipate. I'm getting Breeding Pool here and then mana leaking this. It hurts a little bit to shock ourselves here, but I think I'd like to be able to cast Bring to Light if we draw it. I'm aware that you can't see my hand, but neither can the person in chat.
Have your wallet.
Of course you can have my wallet, honey. You missed something really funny.
Why'd you ban them from the chat? Obnoxious?
Yeah, just being obnoxious. I banned my opponent from the chat for saying something obnoxious after the last match, and then we immediately queued into them. So, you know. Yes, have my wallet. Yep. And he's playing pretty slowly, so I'm assuming he's waiting. Yeah, he's still in chat. He's still in chat, so hand blocker's definitely doing work here. Like snapping off a block here, not close. Block. Minimized and muted. Yep. Yeah, like, regardless of what I have in my hand, I have one card. We're always, like, stat blocking here. After this match, we're going to pull it up. Yep. Yeah, man. You got a giant guy. He's huge. And I have a mana leak, so get wrecked. It's like casual 2-for-1 with the Snapcaster Mage. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and activate Lighthouse here because we drew a brick. This is one of my favorite cards ever. Jeff has built the wall to make Modern great again. Yep. There's another Battle Rage here, we die. Just kidding, I have a path. I was hoping he'd hear that and go for it if he did. Oh, look at that, no follow-up threat. You're so unlucky. I'm gonna go ahead and loot here. The old turn 8 wild or turn 9 wild Nikotl that's still not a 3/3. Discard Valakut, pass the turn here. The mighty Nactyl Bear. Oh. Can you kill me? I don't think so. Oh, this is a tough call. I'm gonna show my hand here so we can talk about this as just a point because like I can't beat anything if our opponent has it. So if he sees our hand here, it doesn't matter. We can talk about it. This is kind of interesting. We could Izzet Charm this wild Nikotl, or we could draw 2, discard 2, and if we hit Breeding Pool or Stomping Ground, we kill him with Scapeshift. Or if we hit Bolt Helix, we kill him with just Burn. If we hit Bolt Snapcaster, we kill him with Burn. If we hit Bring to Light, he dies. I think I'm supposed to loot here. I feel like looting gives us the best percentage to win the game. I feel like the best percentage to win the game is to loot here. Yeah, I think when we could brick here and die, but like if he has bolts, we're just dead either way. Hit one of the outs that I talked about. One is not none. Alright, so let's make sure I don't mess this up. How many mountains are out? I've got 2 mountains in the bin, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 4 mountains left in my deck. Right, 3, 4, 5. So we go Valakut, 1, 2, 3, and just get 4 mountains. That's 12. That's plenty. Valakut, 1, 2, 3, 4. Kill the wild Nikotl for good measure. Okay. I like Dispel in this matchup. I like Anger of the Gods in this matchup. I like Celestial Purge in this matchup. Spell Snare's okay. It's medium-ish. Where WotC coverage isn't stains. Yep. Pretty much. Pretty much. So I think I like trimming a land and a Scapeshift in these matchups. And maybe we'll trim 1 Spell Snare, because it's really only good against Apostle's Blessing if he has it, and Battle Rage. The title is Mardu and Jeskai Scapeshift. We're finishing this literal last match. That's fine. He can watch us. He can watch us sideboard. That's fine. I'm gonna put the hand blocker back up when before the next game starts. some mana leaks out is probably fine. We'll leave at least one mana leak in because it's good against him ghosting and knowing how we're sideboarding, so that way, you know, we either get him with it or he plays around it. So I think I like this configuration. So let's go ahead and put the shields up. Hit submit. I think he's 1-0. I think opponent's record is 1-0. This is too funny. I'd like to say thank you to the almost 900 people watching here on a Saturday afternoon. We're gonna get to some Marduki here in a minute. I'm gonna tell you all about how excellent my hand is. My hand is phenomenal. I probably just can't lose the game. Or can I? Can I beat this card? I can't beat this card, can I? The Voided Rose, 147 out of 150, edging closer and closer to a 12-hour stream. No, we have Snapcaster Mages and Celestial Colonnades. We have 2 Celestial Colonnades in the mana base. 2, not 1, but 2 Celestial Colonnades. Alright, opponent is thoughts using us here, so we can go ahead and share with the class. I did not bring in Pia. Alright, shields up. Our opponent is in the chat. The hand blocker will be gone after this game, I promise. Oh, that's awkward. So we have the Spell Snare. Opponent knows all the cards in our hand right now. So that's something that we could Spell Snare. P1Z. I appreciate the support. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. 148 out of 150 towards our next nice long stream here. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Nah, it's fine. We've got a Celestial Colonnade in our hand. And I can say that because he knows about it. Yeah, Death Shadow here. He's got 2 cards left. Yep, the Shadow is here. Welcome to the Shadow Realm. Alright, so we're actually in a little bit of trouble here. I need to just, like, peel Wrath naturally here, ideally. It's not the worst. We're going to be playing Mardu right after this. Marduki Nahiri. That was a good draw. It turns... Okay, we could share with the class. It turns these into 6/6s. And he gets to take one of our cards away. This was gonna get Wrath of God next turn. So now we have. Now we're starting to draw slim here, but we do get to cast Impulse. I do love casting me some Impulse. He's gonna get to see these anyways because they come up here. Oh, look at that! Look at this Bring to Light that I'm getting. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Taste it, nerd. Taste it, you ghosting nerd, you. Taste it. Taste it. Boop, 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 boop. God bless Impulse. Cast the old Wrath of God. We know he's ghosting because we banned him in chat the just before we started playing this. He was banned in chat before this match started. Helix this idiot. Look at that. Fire up the old colonnade here. Get to ghost busting. You can have a timeout because I'm feeling benevolent. All right, 4-1, two 4-1s with the Jeskai Scapeshift deck. All right.